Hare Krishna. Tatrānudeva pravarau chaturbhujau Shyamau kishorav arunambhujekshanau Sitav avastabhya gadam suvasasau Kiritharangadacharu kandulo Tatrānudeva pravarau chaturbhujau Shyamau kishorav arunambhujekshanau Sitav avastabhya gadam suvasasau Kiritharangadacharu kundalo Hare Krishna. Somebody wants to chant quickly.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Tatrānudeva pravarau chaturbhujau Shyamau kishorau anunam bhujekshanau Sthitau avastavya gadam suvasasau Kirita harangada charu kundalau. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Tatrānudeva Namo Krishnara Karuna Chakshano Sita Vastabhya Kadam Suvasaso Kiriti Harangadam Kundalo. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Tatrānudeva pravarau chaturbhujau Shyamau Kshirorao arunambhujekshanau Stithav avasthabhya gadam suvasasau Kiritaharang gadacharu kundalau. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Tatrānudeva Pravarau Chaturbhujau Shyamau Kishora Arunambuje Kasnau Stitav Avastabhya Gadam Survasasau Kirita Harangada Charu Kundalau. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Tatrānudeva Chaturbhujo Mokishura Ram Vijay Sita Avastam Dadasua Sitahara Angada Charu Kundalo. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Tatrānudeva pravarau chaturbhujau Syamau kisora varunambuje videkno avastabhya gadam suvasasau Kiritaharangada kundalo.
Thank you. Tatra, there, Anu, then, Deva Pravarau, two very beautiful demigods. Chaturbhujau, with four arms. Shyamau, blackish. Kishorao, quite young. Aruna, reddish. Ambuja, lotus flower. Ikshanao, with eyes. Sitao, situated. Avashtabhya, holding. Gadam, clubs. Suvasasau, with nice garments. Kirita, helmets. Hara, necklaces. Angada, bracelets. Charu, beautiful. Kundalau, with earrings. Dhruva Maharaj saw two very beautiful estates of Lord Vishnu in the plain. They had 4 hands and a blackish bodily luster. They were very youthful, and their eyes were just like reddish lotus flowers. They held clubs in their hand. They were dressed in very attractive garments with helmets and were decorated with necklaces, bracelets, and earrings. Yes,
Hare
ma'am.
Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. The inhabitants of Vishnu Loka are of the same bodily feature as Lord Vishnu, and they also hold club, conch shell, lotus flower, and disc. In this verse, it is distinctly stated that they had 4 hands and were nicely dressed. The description of their bodily decorations corresponds exactly to that of Vishnu. So the two uncommon personalities who descended from the airplane came directly from Vishnu Loka, or the planet where Lord Vishnu lives. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji.
Vignayata utamagaya kenkarao abhyutita sadvasa vismrita kramaha nanama nama nigrinan madhu tvishaha पाशत प्रधानाम इति samhatanjalihi. Dhruva seeing that these uncommon personalities were direct servants of the Supreme Personality Godhead, immediately got up. But being puzzled and hastened, forgot how to receive them in proper way. Therefore, he simply offered obeisances folded hands, and he chanted and glorified the holy name of the Lord.
Purport. Chanting of the holy names of the Lord is perfect in every way. When Dhruva Maharaj saw the Vishnu Dutas, the direct associates of Lord Vishnu, 4-handed and nicely decorated, he could understand who they were, but for the time being, he was puzzled. But simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord, the Hare Krishna mantra, he could satisfy the uncommon guests who had all of a sudden arrived before him. The chanting of the holy name of the Lord is perfect. Even though one does not know how to please Lord Vishnu or his associates, simply by sincerely chanting the holy name of the Lord is perfect.
Everything becomes perfect, yeah.
Where is it? Everything becomes perfect. A devotee, therefore, either in danger or in happiness, constantly chants the Hare Krishna mantra. When he is in danger, he is immediately relieved, and when he is in a position to see Lord Vishnu or his associates directly, by chanting this Maha Mantra, he can please the Lord. This is the absolute nature of the Maha Mantra. Either in danger or in happiness, it can be chanted without any limitation. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Tam Krishna padam chetasam badhanjalim prasha namra kandharam sunandanandav uprasishta sasmitam pratyuchataha pushkaranabha sammatau. Dhruva Maharaj was always absorbed in thinking of the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna. His heart was full with Krishna. When the two confident servants of Supreme Lord who were named Nanda and Sunanda approached him, smiling happily, Dhruva stood with folded hand, bowing humbly. They then addressed him as follows.
Purport. In this word, the word Pushkara Nabha Sammatao is significant. Krishna or Lord Vishnu is known for his lotus eye, lotus navel, lotus feet, and lotus palms. Here is called Pushkara Nabha, which means the Supreme Personality of Godhead who has a lotus navel, and Sammatao means two confidential or very obedient servants. The materialistic way of life differs from the spiritual way of life in that one is disobedience and the other is obedience to the will of the Supreme Lord. All living entities are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord and they are supposed to be always agreeable to the order of the Supreme Person, that is perfect oneness. In the Vaikuntha world, all the living entities are in oneness with the Supreme Godhead because they never defy his orders. Here in the material world, however, they are not sammata, agreeable, but always asammata, disagreeable. This human form of life is a chance to be trained to be agreeable to the orders of the Supreme Lord. To bring about this training in society is the mission of Krishna conscious movement. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, the laws of material nature are very strict. No one can overcome the stringent laws of material nature. But one who becomes a surrendered soul and agrees to the order of the Supreme Lord can easily overcome those stringent laws. The example Dhruva Maharaj is very fitting. Simply by becoming agreeable to the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and by developing love of Godhead, Dhruva got the chance to personally meet the confidential servants of Lord Vishnu face to face. What was possible for Dhruva Maharaj is possible for everyone. Anyone who is very seriously engages in devotional service can obtain in due course of time the same perfection of the human form of life. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashata Deshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Tam Krishna Pada Vinivishta Chetasam Badhanjalim Prashraya Namrakandharam Sunanda Nanda Upasishtas Sashmitam Pratyuchutaha Pratyuchatuhu Pushkaranava Sammatao. Dhruva Maharaj was always absorbed in thinking of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. His heart was full with Krishna. When the two confident servants of Supreme Lord were named Nanda and Sunanda approached him, smilingly, happily, Dhruva stood with folded hands, bowing humbly. They then addressed him as follows. Hare Krishna. So this is Dhruva Maharaj. My voice is clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So this is Dhruva Maharaj in his perfection. And there is a beautiful word I use here, sammatahu, agreeable. Suppose we are going to the spiritual world, it's a community. How big is the community? Srila Radha Govinda ki? The total number of people you know on earth is not even 0.00001%. Because People mostly live in the city, people don't live in the jail. And we are living in the jail. And in this jail of the material world, earth is an insignificant part. And of the one universe that we can see, there are unlimited universes. And just you can imagine what is the number of people in the spiritual world. But there is not even the slightest disharmony between the residents. Forget of having disharmony with the Lord. Right? There is no question of any disharmony with the Lord in the spiritual world. There is no disharmony even between the residents. That's why when Jaya Vijaya stopped the four Kumaras, it was something unusual. Disharmony in the spiritual world. So it does not exist. This is sammatao. Everybody is agreeable. Because there is the center of agreement is fixed. Therefore, Prabhupada says problems happen only in communities when there are personal agendas. In spiritual world, what is the root cause that there is no problem? Yeah? Because nobody has any personal agenda. You understand personal agenda? I want to be noticed. I want to be worshipped. I want something. In the spiritual world, this problem doesn't exist. Because everybody there in the spiritual world in total agreement, sammataha, that they are there just for the satisfaction of Krishna. Right? So there is not even the slightest of disharmony. And in the material world, we are here. Firstly, we left this lotus feet of Krishna because we were not in agreement with this principle that our existence is just for the pleasure of Krishna. What is the purpose of my existence? Jivara Swarup hoy Krishnere Nitya Das. It's just there to see that Krishna is happy. Correct? That is the purpose of our existence. We are existing only for the purpose to see that Krishna is happy, to make Krishna happy. We have no other purpose. Somebody is making chandan for Krishna, somebody is making flower garlands, somebody is singing for Krishna, somebody is dancing for Krishna's pleasure, but they're existing just for Krishna's pleasure. And not only that, Krishna is existing only for his devotees' pleasure. And that is the spiritual world. But then we were not in agreement with this principle. We said, no, why? Why not the whole world dance for my pleasure? Why in the spiritual world, just like in a festival in a temple, what happened? Everybody is dancing for the deity's pleasure. But sometimes it is not like that. We are dancing because we are feeling happy, nice beats. It's not dancing out of ecstasy within the heart. Just like in a marriage when the band is played, dum, 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 everybody starts jumping. They're not dancing for the pleasure of anybody. It's a khichdi. Nothing is pure of the material world. And then anyway, they're dancing when Harinam is going on. It gradually purifies the heart. It's good. Somebody is dancing to see my health is good. I can dance. But in spiritual world, we are dancing just for the pleasure of the Lord. So beautiful. And then somebody is making chandan, somebody is cooking for the pleasure of the Lord. The whole spiritual world is, Prabhupada says, Krishna is unlimited, and the energy of the devotees to serve Krishna is also unlimited. Unlimited energy devotees are serving Krishna. Right? It's not that devotees are sleeping in the spiritual world. Chalo bhai, we'll go to the spiritual world and sleep. Now, Prabhupada gives an example of the Goswamis. They were ministers. He said, but when they joined the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they're not even getting time to sleep for 2 hours. There's so much to do. So what you're thinking, suppose you go to the spiritual, what you'll do? Sleep there nicely, nice weather, no hunger. That's what we will think, conditioned soul. Nicely we can sleep there. No, there is no sleep there. Soul doesn't get tired only. The gopas are every day planning to have fun, to play with Krishna. The gopis are again, daily the leelas of the Lord are enacted, and the souls don't get tired. Unlimited energy devotees are working for the pleasure of the Lord. So you want to see that world, spiritual world. Krishna will reveal it. When we become qualified, see, Dhruva Maharaj did not have to fix an appointment with the Vishnu Dutas. They descended. When he become qualified, the spiritual leelas of the Lord manifest within the heart. And then you become more qualified, right in front of you, and you are entering the spiritual leela. So the basic principle is sammatau, agreeable. Now externally we say we are agreeable, correct? The first thing we have to become agreeable is to chant the 16 rounds. Will you chant 16 rounds? Yes, I will chant. That is the first principle. Okay? And as you become agreeable to the first principle, you get strength gradually to become agreeable to the rest. That's what Prabhupada did in America. When he went to America, I said, they came to him, Prabhupada said, you have to become agreeable to these rules. Prabhupada did not do that. First he made them, gave them the taste of the holy name. You can see those videos, how beautiful it looks. They are closing their eyes and they are trying to absorb this vibration of the holy name. And they became agreeable to chant the holy name. And after they became agreeable to chant the holy name, then slowly after 6 months, Prabhupada brought the regulative principles. So do you become agreeable to these 4 principles also now? I said, okay, yes, I think we can do that. They became agreeable to the 5 things. And then after that, unlimited more things. Because that is just Kanishtatikari, beginning of spiritual life. Then unlimited more things. As we are reading, Dhruva Maharaj is becoming agreeable, and that is the foundation of eternal spiritual life. Because we become agreeable, then the freedom is not taken away. Any moment we can become disagreeable. No, I think I want to have some personal enjoyment, nothing to do with Krishna. So Krishna says, Baba, I cannot take you to the spiritual world and again throw you back, correct? You cannot cause slightest of disturbance to the spiritual world. Just like imagine you have a house, running house, and some stranger comes to the house, you welcome him as a guest, right? A whole family gives him affection, give him time, give him food, give him shelter, everything you have given. You're given him Atiti Devo Bhav, you gave him all arrangements, everything. And then he start causing disharmony. Won't you feel less? Is somebody stabbing you on the back or not? Won't you feel very angry? Isn't it? Baba, what is all this? I did so much for you and you're causing disturbance, Take care. So do you think Krishna is a fool? Will allow you to cause disturbance in the spiritual world. He will not allow unless somebody is eternally agreeable. And not just 5 principles. There are unlimited principles which you are reading in the Bhagavatam. Eternally agreeable. Just like even there in so many countries now, Western world, and presently they are rich. After some time they say, Eastern world will be rich and they will be poor. Money keeps changing hand, power keeps changing hand. This is the nature of the world. So presently the Western countries are rich. So what happens? They deport you out. Many times it happens, people are caught in some crime, They try for many years, to get green card, then to get citizenship. But the moment they commit a crime, they pack you off back to your country. Hare Krishna. They send you back. They send you back. They put you in the jail first, and then after that they send you back. Correct? Please go back. Okay? The same way, it's not so easy, therefore, to develop this determination. So spiritual life, therefore, we need to come to something known as Shuddha Sattva. Shuddha Sattva. There is Rajoguna, Tamoguna, Sattva. So Sattva we have at which at least person is agreeable to not to think about, forget about even doing nasty activities. That is Sattva. Shuddha Sattva means that doesn't even happen. In normal Sattva, person says, yes, I am agreeable, that I will not do sinful activities, but it starts again thinking. By morning it decides, by again evening it. That's the nature of addictions. Okay? So we are addicted to actually so many unwanted activities, unwanted thoughts, and it may be for 1 or 2 days you hold on, again you start compromising. Our determination is not very fixed up. We are not really determined to go back to Godhead. So therefore, we start compromising. Somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, what about your disciples who sometimes fall down? Prabhupada, fall down means fall down to the material world. They are going to remain in the material world. They are not going back to the spiritual world. Yesham tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmana te dvandamoha nirmuktam bhajante mam dridhavrataha. Jananam punya karmana. Birth after birth. So Krishna has to see we are all lying. Person has intense desire to serve. Then Krishna will say, okay, true, we can make it in one life if you are determined. What is the determination? Krishna has to see we are eternally agreeable to him. That's all it is. But where we are agreeable, we are still focused on our own honor, our own dishonor, our own pleasure, our own happiness, distress. The mind is locked in that. Mind is not locked in the how do I please the Lord. Mind is not locked. It's wavering. Okay? So then Krishna is waiting. Krishna is waiting. Okay? So another point Prabhupada says, more than you are interested to go to the spiritual world, more than that, Krishna is interested to take us back. Okay? Now it's raining time in Mangalore. Such a nice weather. Just imagine, eternally will be such beautiful weather. Now we may enjoy. That's why in Bhagavad Gita says, Agama apaino anitya. Correct? Tam titikshasya. Mataraspashastu kaunteya shita ushna sukha dukkha daha. In the middle world, the happiness and distress is only temporary. It comes and goes. Okay? Tam titikshasya bharata. Please tolerate. Okay? This is what the material world is. You have to tolerate. There are inconveniences in the material world. Spiritual world, no inconveniences. It's always a beautiful weather. Ayyo, just imagine. First comfort. Always you are young. See this, the Vishnudas came. There are old people coughing. No. Young, fresh, whole body looking exquisitely beautiful. Can't even imagine their beauties. Even the Yamudutas, when they saw the Vishnudutas in Ajamila case, so they what do the Yamudutas say first? How you are so beautiful? From where you come? The actually beauty is appreciated even by Yamudutas. Everybody can appreciate. So beautiful. That's the residence of spiritual world. So you get a body very, very beautiful. And then no demands of the body. No hunger, no water, you don't feel thirsty. It's unimaginable, the eternal gift of the spiritual world. It's unimaginable. And that is ready for us. Take. But what is there we have to do? We have to become agreeable. And that is the problem. And we have to, therefore, this whole principle of Krishna consciousness is to learn to be obedient. The very nature we are in the middle world is because we are by nature rebellious. We don't like rules, we don't like regulations, we don't like to be ordered, and therefore we are there in the middle world. It is said, no, you heard that even Devi Devata Puja, the good element of that is person agrees to become obedient. Even worshipping Devi Devata, there are rules and regulations. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I give the faith to follow those rules and regulations. Astha, faith, Krishna gives, and people start following rules and regulations given for even Devi Devatas, people. So what is good about that is, at least person learns to obey something. Or at least person learns to bow down. Take care. Bowing down is one of the principles. Correct? Just like, say, imagine an atheist and he goes to even a Devi Devata temple. What he does, at least, he's supposed to do, he will train gradually by he will bow down to the deity, he will circumambulate the deity, he will do the puja as per the vidhi vidhana of the Devi Devata, he will do some rules and regulations, he will do fast on certain days, all these things. What is good about that is, even though the person is not intelligent, is working for some temporary material benefit, but he has the principle of being obedient has entered. Disciple means, first thing he has to learn to be disciplined. That's a disciple. So he has to learn that principle. But then, when it comes to Krishna consciousness, the rules and regulations are millions, not millions. But person becomes agreeable. Therefore, when we read Prabhupada books, search for the rules and regulations. What are the orders Acharya is giving? Yes, Acharya said like that, Acharya said like that, Acharya said like that. Mold your mind in that way. Prabhupada said like that. Therefore, we offer ourselves when we pay obeisance as a servant of Srila Prabhupada. So what does that servant mean? There is a famous joke, Dandavat disciple. Dandavat disciple, what did they use? Just pays obeisance, does not obey. Take care. Okay, I'll obey. Tadvidhi pranipatena. What is the principle? Pranipatena. I'll obey. I'll obey. I'll obey. So therefore, the person, by saying, yes, I will follow, I'll obey, I'll follow, he becomes agreeable. Very, very agreeable. And then the beauty of the spiritual world opens up. The beautiful spiritual world opens up then, and person can, and therefore it is said, if he can become a pure devotee, if he can become a pure devotee, you can liberate the whole world. You can liberate continents. Because why? Because we are not going to impose Krishna consciousness. Just imagine, Srila Prabhupada was traveling. He knows he's not imposing Krishna. It's an already natural energy within the living entity. But when they sit down and chant the holy name together in ecstasy, gradually what happens? The Krishna consciousness comes up. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakta Sadhuka Bunoya Shavarnadi Shuddha Chitta Karaya Udaya. It's already to be agreeable to Krishna, is there within the heart. But Shavarnadi Chitta, by hearing the holy name, Kara Udaya, it comes out. And once he is awakened to Krishna consciousness, very happily, joyfully, he becomes agreeable. It's like at the beginning stages of Krishna consciousness, when the rules and regulations are there, generally mind revolts. We don't want to follow anything. Because our problem is that we want to follow our mind. Krishna consciousness, we have to learn to follow somebody else. Correct? Why do we trust our mind? We learn to follow. That's what it begins with. But later, as we become advanced, we become very happy to receive orders. Correct? Very happy. Oh, thank you so much. Just imagine, Krishna comes and says, get me a glass of water, you'll be unhappy or happy? You'll be very happy. So person becomes actually very excited, very eager, and very privileged to receive an instruction. Very happy and privileged to get a service. And that is the mood of the spiritual world. Totally in agreement that my existence is only for a purpose to make Krishna happy. Only reason I am existing so that I can make this life can be used to make Krishna happy. If you absorb yourself in that, Vaikuntha Vimana will come and you can go. But when you're not convinced of this, and you have to be convinced of this eternally. How long? Maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Eternally you have to be convinced of this. Yes, my existence is just for Krishna's pleasure. Now, how does Krishna has to see that? So at least it has to be visible in our thoughts, because Krishna can watch your agreement. See, externally we can show agreement to people by physically wearing a dress, putting a tilaka, that he is in agreement to follow the rules and regulations. Okay. But is it privately I am in agreement or not? Is it that in the thoughts I am in agreement or not? Then Krishna is watching. Is there any private person is maintaining some private desire for sense enjoyment along with the desire to serve me? Krishna cannot reach. You cannot cheat Krishna. Krishna is watching. Oh, it's like that. He is not still a resident of the spiritual world. Let him stay in the material world. Okay, Hare Krishna. Agreement, disagreement. Any other thoughts on this? Somebody like to add something?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. We have the
Yeah.
instance of Vidur. He was he wanted to advise Dhritarashtra to accept Krishna and to give up all his material longings. So there, at first he was not accepting this, and he had chased him away. But then later on, when all his sons were killed, then he realized his mistake, and then he accepted whatever he was in agreement to them. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So don't give up. Yes, very nice, very nice.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, can I ask a question, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Because my question is, how do we understand our consciousness, and is our consciousness and Atma the same?
Consciousness and see, the consciousness is the symptom of the presence of the soul. Consciousness is a symptom of the presence of the soul. Okay. Presently, what consciousness we have is not actual consciousness. It's all khichidi with rajoguna, tamoguna, and all kachara. But when it is purified in connection to Krishna, the real consciousness comes. When the spark touches the fire, then its real nature comes out. So presently what consciousness is coming out is actually, it is proving that soul is present, but it is not fully showing the real consciousness. You got it? When the spark touches fire, the sparks are glittering. It shows its original nature. Correct? When the spark touches the water, goes puss. So we are more like puss now, but our real consciousness is not out now. But when it is in touch with Krishna, our real consciousness will come out. Okay, Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dhanyavad Prabhuji. Dhanyavad Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
So everybody is in agreement with Krishna, or still some disagreement is there?
No, Prabhuji, agreement is there.
Ready to sign? Not even a thought I will have for personal pleasure. Only thought how to make Krishna happy all day. Only that thought. And that will all come. Keep chanting incessantly Hare Krishna mantra by chanting. One day, only thought in the heart. How can I make Krishna happy? Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna
Sadhu
Prabhuji.
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna
Pranam.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank
Hare
you.
Krishna
Sadhu
Prabhuji.
Pranam.
Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Prabhuji. Sadhu Pranam.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Sadat
Prabhuji.
Pranam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Mataji has given this example, this Dhritarashtra instructed by Vidura. So that change happened because of the association of the devotee. Because before Dhritarashtra was association with the Duryodhana and Sakuni's team, but after that die, he was in association with the Yudhishthira and Pandavas. So after that only that happens. So it is very important to have a devotee association. Hare Krishna.
Very nice to look in this way that Dhritarashtra became agreeable because of good association. Anna? Until we maintain bad association, we will not become agreeable to serve Krishna. This is very interesting. I look at it this way. Suppose we see our life is such that we understand we should be in agreement with Krishna, but still we have unwanted desires. It's only because we are not changing our association. Okay? So when there is a good association, gradually, then we become strength to yes, I will do it. I will do it. Okay, it's a good association. So Dhritarashtra's association of Shakuni and Duryodhana did not allow him to come out of his foolishness. And even Krishna personally went and asked him. Personally, Krishna went and asked him, you are the king. You are the king. Take a decision. And he, said, I'm not able to take decision. Then Krishna said, look, he says he is the king and he cannot take a decision. Contradictory. So all of us say we are heroes. All of us say we are in control. We can't even take a decision to surrender to Krishna. What kind of hero are you, yaar? Idiot fellow. He was saying, no, I agree that actually what you are telling is correct. But when I see my son Duryodhana, my mind goes out of control. Correct? So similarly, we have weaknesses like this. I agree that I should be in agreement to serve Krishna. But then when I see some sense object, my mind goes out of control. Now, they say in English, to fly on you. Can't even take a decision. Like Dhritarashtra, why you are so weak-minded? Dhritarashtra knew it is wrong what he is doing, but he was surrendering to the weakness of his mind. So you want to remain like Dhritarashtra whole life and continue. You know what is the order of Srila Prabhupada, but still you want to continue to be in disagreement with that. You think you think Krishna is a fool or what? Correct? Krishna says not directly, look at this person in front of everybody. Dhritarashtra runs after the peace offer fails, he runs to Krishna. I don't know how he runs, must be holding Sanjay's hand and running. Krishna is sitting in the chariot. He says, I'm sorry, actually. So Krishna says, what are you sorry? You are the king. Pass the order. Please pass the order. That there will be no war now. Yeah, what you're telling is correct. But when I see my son Duryodhana, I lose control of myself. So same way we are also same only. When we see some sense object, then we lose control on ourselves, what to do. Actually, in principle, I am in agreement and I do agree. But the Dhritarashtra led a whole life like that. Whole life was like that. He was again and again instructed our people, don't behave like this. Don't do this. Vidura, Bhishma. Now, if you say Mahabharata symbolizes, our life is also like that. Isn't it? From beginning of our life, we have been doing sinful activities. And again, somebody like Bhishma has been instructing us. Somebody like Vidura has been instructing us. We just don't care. Yeah, what to do, Attachments are there, Attachments cannot be given up. We continue to defy. We continue to be in disagreement with the Lord. That is what is needed. To stop. We have to stop that part. Okay? And what do we do that? One very good element was that, what Prabhuji pointed out, take good association. Gradually, it will give you strength to come into agreement. And that is what we are doing. Correct? And this online is not a small thing. We are actually together, isn't it? Physically, we meet online, there is not much difference, isn't it? We are in agreement. Hearing Prabhupada books, okay? Therefore, my challenge, somebody was saying, when people come to temple, what the target will be? That every visitor has a book in his hand? That is not my target. My target is every visitor joins a course. Books are there, by the way, but joins, because books are there today everywhere, even digitally books are available. See, I hardly read physical books, I read always online, है ना? Most of the time. What is important is studying the books. Okay? Are we in agreement that daily we'll study Prabhupada's books? But that's the problem.
Yes.
Now you said yes, in 5 minutes that yes is over. That yes is for how many seconds? Kanishtadhikari means he will even forget that he said yes. I said yes, then I will show you the recording. See, yesterday loudly you said yes, we all could hear. Okay. So we are in agreement, yes. Take very important point. How to come into good agreement is take association. And sometimes association is not available, holy name is there. Just incessantly keep chanting the holy name. Take it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you
Hare
so much,
Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Thank you so
Hare
much.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I have booked a ticket for 10 days. I'm
What?
coming on 12th. I'm coming on 12th.
ठीक है, come. Just send a message across, ठीक है? Actually, the best is to all of you organize yourself around the language leaders.
Yes, Prabhuji, done.
All the services I have given to the language leaders, okay?
Yes,
So
Prabhuji.
all the logistics, everything, they will take care. Imagine like this, if I get 500 or 1,000 messages, oh, I'm coming that time, I'll go crazy. Prabhu, I told you, in the class, I told you, I will not be able to register. You approach you as a team. All the 11 languages have taken all the services. Okay? Please approach your language leader. Let them
Yes, sir.
take the headache. Okay? Hare Krishna. Thank you, everybody.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Pranam Prabhuji.
Take nice darshan of Shri Radha Govinda. Take care.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Pancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhuvevacha pranam pavane.
Vaishnave.
Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.